We are not going to panic.
Look at this guy, he's a giant robot.
Shut the fuck up when grown men's is crying.
Great idea! Great idea!
What am I, fucking magician, man?
Am I some kind of fucking magician, man?
An icosahedron.
Icosahedron every day.
Sometimes twice a day.
Captain James T. Kirk once said, "May the force be with you."
What the heck even happened to you, man? Time to big brain.
What is the airwolf of trains?
Welcome to the Blockbrothers show, your favorite podcast where your two movie connoisseurs review episodes of canceled or finished TV shows, and indeed a different TV show every single episode. I am one of your hosts, NeoCal, and I'm accompanied by a very special guest, Catifer Siege.
Yes, that is me. Hello. I am become Cat, destroyer of litter boxes.
Now you may you may wonder why Cal is a human and Catifer is a cat.
Yeah.
Siege is a little under the weather, and so he is a cat in video form, who is smoking for a reason, not just because he's coughing and he's a little sick, but because we're covering an episode of the Boondocks.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. Chop, 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 but you don't flip. Chop, 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 but you don't flip.
Called Smoking with Cigarettes. Mash.
That's right. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Meow. Anybody that's listening and not watching, face rig you can do a lot with. Siege is a cat with glasses that look a lot like his glasses, and an actual lit cigarette in his mouth right
periodically now. You see smoke like coming out at the tip of.
I give kudos for that. Yes. Yeah, we're covering the Boondocks. You had no idea this existed, or sorry, you had never watched it, I should say.
No, I hadn't. And the reason why we're watching this is because we are continuing on with our March themed block.
That's right.
Shows pitched to us by our longtime listener, Patreon supporter, and all-around great guy, Jared. Last week we covered Black Dynamite. This week we're covering, Boondocks.
Yeah, Boondocks. And you had never watched any of it? Yeah, they're all Jared picks.
Yeah, I'd never watched I had heard of it, but I had never actually watched it before. Apologies, people. I am a little under the weather this week, so I appreciate your understanding.
But you wanted the show must go on, damn it.
The show must go on, yes.
You wanted to do it because we've been behind a little bit.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, just a little bit.
The month of March is going to be Jared's month. We're going to be covering shows picked by Jared this entire month.
Oh yeah,
not missing an episode. Come hell or high water, come cold or flu, whatever I have right now, we are here. We are doing this. Let's go.
Persona or in human form, where in your Navi Avatar.
My 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 cat avatar, my Navi, if you will,
Catatar.
Catatar,
Um,
Catafer Siege.
yeah. What a wild first episode if you're if you're jumping into this, you're like, what the fuck are they these guys? Why is one of them a cat? And why does one of them so we're not
I
always a cat, but I just got
I would be
braces.
surprised if people were jumping in for the first time at episode
This is the
152.
one. This is the one to jump into. So I just got brace like aligners that I have to change out all the time. Turns out changes the way you speak just a little bit. So here we are, born to be kings, reviewing the Boondocks.
We are quite the
and
pair.
we quite the duo. So if you want to be like Jared and choose an episode of a TV show we haven't covered before, because yes, a different TV show every single episode. We've done 152 of them. What are the caveats?
The caveats.
The caveats. Now we're like Adam West era Batman villains. We ever covered that? I don't think so.
No, we haven't.
No, we just talk about it all the time.
Well, and speaking of Jared years ago now actually pitched a Batman themed month.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Literally,
did we do that?
Literally years ago now. No, we haven't done it yet. We should though. I'd be down.
There's a lot of Batman out there. Yeah.
I could be the Catman.
The Catman.
The Catman for that. The Catman for Batman.
That's right. And yeah, if you want to if you got a show that you want us to review, come check us out on Patreon.
Patreon.com/lazorcomb, LAZORCOMB.
And if you're super cool like Jared, then you sometimes get a whole block of shows. So I'm glad that he chose the Boondocks. I've watched a lot of it.
You have history of this show, as
I have history with the show. I didn't know until very recently, upon looking it up, that it's based on a comic strip by Aaron McGruder. Found its way into the Source
McGruder,
magazine.
Not Mac Gruber.
Not Mac Gruber, yeah. Executive producer for the first 2 seasons. Producer of Space Ghost and Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Stumbled across this pilot and declared it too networky. And he then ordered a 15-episode season and told McGruder to just tell stories.
Too networky, huh?
Too networky. Weird. What is the Boondocks? Not to be confused with Boondock Saints. It's an Adult Swim cartoon, and it focuses on an African-American family, the Freemans. We got Huey Freeman. He's smart. He's got a big afro. He's actually like normally smart, like he's a genius. Progressive. He's the what's that term, like moral compass for the family. Not that anyone else listens to him.
Does his politics actually come into play?
Yeah,
in the show.
The show does not shy away from very showing all the sides of everything. This is not a so that's Huey. Riley, he likes to fight. He's rebellious. He's fashionable. He's creative. Right? Knows how to fight. Right? He's often the one that gets into trouble for doing dumb shit. And then Granddad, Robert Jebediah Freeman. He's got lots of wisecracking jokes. Really just wants all of the his neighbors to leave him alone. I think they live in a wealthy white part of the city that they're in. What was it? Woodcrest. There we go. Almost remembered. Yeah, Woodgrove. there's something you and I are more familiar with.
That's a very, very regional thing right there.
And the conflict usually revolves around Huey thinking he's smart enough to get away with something or to do something and him being wrong. Riley just being a dumb shit and coming to the conclusion he was wrong about something himself. Or Granddad, he dates women that aren't good for him. Let's just say.
Yeah.
And it revolves around
I could relate.
The class stereotypes, race stereotypes, lots of like comedy, lots of like violence. The N-words are going to get thrown around. It breaks down a lot of that stuff. If you're not like conscious of that and you grow up and you're like watching this, you could very much kind of just be all like, oh, it's okay to say like the N-word because like, you know, like everyone calls them each other that. And there's a lot of very interesting guests on the show and characters. But as Canadian watching it's an interesting little like extreme insight into the creators and like what their perspective of that mix of viewpoints and cultures and satire and conflict that happens, whether it's like rich people dealing with each other, the Freemans navigating the white suburb that they live in, being taken advantage of because they're rich, right? It's and maybe it's a little bit like too real, but that's why I gravitated towards it.
Perhaps a little too real at times.
Perhaps a little bit too real
for one of us.
And this one, this episode, Smoking with Cigarettes. So it likes to take like two things and mishmash them together. You remember the clip? I like to do hood rat shit with my friends. Do you remember that on YouTube?
No.
The kid that like stole a car and like went on a joyride and got like, he was on like TV. So this very much is combining that character, but to the extreme, that like kid. And it was like, do you regret what you did? Hell no. I like to do hood rat shit. This was like a real kid that this is kind of based on,
really?
But then made it more extreme. Yeah. Combined with like Michael Myers from Halloween.
Yeah, they're the Michael Myers influence definitely like comes into play later in the episode.
The second half is basically Halloween.
Dr. Doomas.
Dr. Dumas.
Dr. Doomas, voiced by the guy who voiced Dr. Loomis in flashbacks in later Halloween movies.
Lol. Yeah, I didn't even catch that.
I looked that up. Yeah.
So Riley is friends with a kid. We're gonna call him Bad Kid because I can't remember his
Lemilton.
Was it Lemilton?
Lemilton to Sean.
There we go. And it opens up with him ripping through the neighborhood, slamming mailboxes, and picking up Riley. And he's like, "Where'd you get this car, Lemilton?" And Lemilton's like, "Stole it from my grandma. What about it?" And he's like, "Hey,
bad things.
It's fun to do bad things." There's a reoccurring. All those voice lines are from like all those little quips are from like the news clip of this kid like shamelessly and like carelessly and showing no regrets about stealing his grandma's
I
car.
had no idea this was
you didn't know?
Like directly based on something.
Something it is viral. Yeah.
Okay, that's
It
pretty
is.
awesome.
It's very topical. Yeah. And so as soon as we started watching this, I was like, oh my God, this is based on that fucking kid from the like there's probably remember the like Songify the News people, Schmo Yoho people. There's probably like a Schmo Yoho of like the I like to do hood rat shit. I like to do bad things. It's fun to do bad things. And the and they take that and they like amp it up as throughout the episode it becomes apparent that not only does he like to do bad things and has no regret, he has like superhuman levels of like psychopathy where not only does he like to do bad things, he wants to hurt people and he doesn't care if other people get hurt.
This kid is a sociopath.
Yeah. And indeed,
By the way, if I hadn't mentioned, the episode we're talking about is season 3, episode 6, "Smoking with Cigarettes," which originally
smoking with
aired
cigarettes.
on
Yeah, I smoke
June
with cigarettes.
on June 6th of 2010.
Eventually, their joyride attracts police. They get in a police chase. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Things stuck in my mouth, people. And everyone is surprised when there's an 8-year-old that steps out of the SUV. There's no repercussions seemingly immediately because the kid's
So,
so young.
something I found kind of interesting was when he was being interrogated by the police.
Oh, there's this interrogation scene. Right.
When he's being interrogated by the police, like for why he stole the vehicle, and he's like, "Oh, it's fun to do bad things." One of the first questions they ask him is, "How old are you?" And his answer, he pauses for a second, and his answer is 6.
Yeah, he lies.
He lies, yeah. But we
Yeah.
find out very quickly in the episode that he's 8.
I thought I misremembered. So that's a good catch. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that stuck out to me. I'm like, oh yeah, this kid's a liar.
Mm-hmm. And what yeah, that's a good scene because it's just showing him and he's like, I like to do bad things with my friends. We quickly find out that Riley's probably his only friend.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like hooligans, shenanigans, if you will. It's increasingly violent and dangerous things.
Yeah.
We cut to the aftermath of the vehicle rampage, and Riley's getting his ass whooped from his grandpa with a belt.
I did not like this scene at all.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it can be a little bit real for those of you. I was in the foster system myself. Maybe other people lived with their grandparents, or maybe other people were beat as a kid. So it can
Yeah. I'm not gonna go too
go
far
into details. Yeah,
on air, but I
You
didn't like
it.
this scene, and it to be perfectly honest, it kind of soured me for the rest of the episode.
and that's fair. And they come out, and Huey's not in the episode much. Centers more around Riley, but Huey's like, well,
No,
what did you learn?
Well, and I'm actually kind of disappointed based on what you've been
You
saying.
would like
Huey.
Huey episodes, or when they're when the brothers get up to something together. Very much so. You would that's the character for you.
Yeah.
He's a radical leftist, one might say. Would have been interesting to see this show being made in the late 2000s to early 2020s, or late 2010s to early 2020s. Would have been something. He ends up still being friends with him.
The show would probably be hated by every side nowadays.
You know what? I think so. Okay, so the Boondocks is simultaneously ahead of its time and couldn't be made in this time. I
See, I feel like the right would label this show as being woke because that's what they do. They label everything.
Super woke.
They label everything woke.
And left would have had
and
lots of problems with it.
The left would have scoffed at
Probably call it racist.
Call it racist for like the use of the N-word
okay, so there's a self-hate
making light of domestic abuse, like that.
Uncle
kind of
Ruckus. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
This
not
show
even
would
make
be,
lights of it, but like puts it into the comical category. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, this show would be made for no one in 2026.
But I'm glad it was made, and I quite like it.
No, and as I say briefly, that, I'm not saying that to disparage the show itself.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah,
I'm saying that more to disparage society today in general.
Actually, does Huey know kung fu? Oh, maybe they both know how to fight. But anyways, send that bitch a smiley face. Bitches love smiley face. Uncle Ruckus is. I think that's what this show is what that line is from. Oh yeah, send that bitch a smiley face. Bitches love smiley faces. It's a time. Prove me wrong. It's very of its time too. Like I said, this is specifically referring to like a kid who like popped up all over like YouTube for stealing his grandma's like SUV.
Something that apparently completely
Uncle Ruckus
passed me by.
Uncle Ruckus comes out and he's like, "Hey, what are you two kids going? Oh, it's just a little couple of N-words trying to kill each other. Well, carry on." Right? There are whole episodes around that guy. He's very racist against black people, Uncle Ruckus. With the knowledge he is, but like comically so, like Jim Crow era of like there's characterization and tokenization in the show, right? And it'd be like the black voice actors, the black writers, and like producers, right? Like just like put everything like out there for it. I feel like Adult Swim was more permissible than anything nowadays, like back then. So I'm glad it was like made. And what ends up happening in the episode, oh yeah, hell yeah, Riley's cool. He's smoking with cigarettes. I don't actually think he ever actually smoked any cigarettes. He just like put one in his mouth and never. Cigarettes. Yeah. He is it because he has braces or just his? But he kind of has a speech impediment
because he's a kid.
Because he's a kid. Cigarettes. But he's also trying to act like gangster. So it's really funny when he's like, "Hell yeah, I smoke with cigarettes."
Well, and as the like car chase is going on, he's like, "No, Milton, I lied. I never smoke with cigarettes."
Now let me out. I don't want to die. Yeah, I lied. I never smoked with cigarettes. It's animated so well.
I love the animation in this show.
It's really good. Like it's just really good. The choreography and the camera angles of the fight scene on the roof between the two kids later has no reason to be as good as it is. It's wild. There's like an anime level like fight scene on the roof between the two kids later, but I get ahead of myself. Riley doesn't learn from that first mistake because oh man, this this is too real for me. So the grandmother who
Yeah,
is the
me too.
what's the word I'm looking for? Parent to Lamilton. Guardian,
Legal guardian.
legal guardian, comes over to demand that Lamilton apologize. And Granddad at the door, that's really funny when he's like, "Oh, excuse me." He uses like his white voice. I think you have the wrong address. And I think it's like Huey is at like the door, and it's like, just like answer the door, Granddad. What's your problem? He's like, hell no, I don't want her bringing that little hellion in here. And here's the thing: he judges a book by its cover, Granddad. And whenever he's right, he rubs it in Huey's face all the time, because Huey's very much like, hey, you need to give everyone a chance, right?
I did find it very funny just how frank Granddad spoke about Lamilton.
Yeah, he's like, hell no, I want him as far away from here as possible, right? So it's just like, oh, fine. Oh, 1 second. And he like opens the door and he's all like, oh, hi, I'm Lamilton's grandmother, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to bring him. And it's like, no, that's not necessary at all. No, really, it's not necessary at all. You can go right now. He doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want an apology. He just wants him to get the fuck out of here.
Coming in right now.
You don't, no. It's like, no, Lamilton, you need to get in there and apologize. And so they like march past him. And he's like, oh, here we go. And they go into the living room, and Lamilton gives a rehearsed, lazy speech about how sorry he is. And he ends it with,
Lamilton's a good boy. He just has anger issues.
Uh-huh.
Which,
and at the end of his speech, he's like, and I'm very sorry. And I'm not really sorry. It's just something my grandma told me to say. Oh, I mean, I am really sorry. My grandma didn't tell me to say that.
Yeah.
So the grandmother, for some reason, then begins to try to defend her grandson. Oh, he's such a poor boy. Oh, you see, his mother came and had problems with him. And oh, when he was 6, he did like this. And it makes Huey and Granddad fall asleep. They end up leaving, and it's like, oh, I hope they can still remain friends. You know, Riley's an important friend to Lamilton, right? And it's like, okay, well, you have a nice day. And then he slams the door when they leave. Granddad, can I really still be friends with Lamilton? Oh, hell no. You ever go around near that kid again, I'm beating your ass. And you're grounded for a month. Don't go near that little psycho.
The line, he just has anger issues, really stuck out to me, because I had a couple like completely psychopathic cousins growing up, and listening to family members like try to defend them.
So white, black, Asian,
too real to me.
Yeah, Hispanic, wherever you are listening to this. Oh man, did you have psychopathic cousins that somehow got away with everything?
Yeah.
And were you held to for some reason a much higher standard than the highly regarded magician levels of cousins that you had? And somehow the idiots in your family got away with a lot of things because they were given more leeway.
Truly getting it started.
Truly getting it started. We feel you.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if we were talking about real people, how many cousins do you have that have been in and out of prison? Or has yours avoided prison somehow?
And how many
No
of your
comment.
how many family members did you have who defended them, saying they just had quote unquote anger issues when they were a
Oh
child?
man, that was definitely like numb flashbacks for me.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
We are introduced to what was the like investigator's name, like the psychologist's name?
Dr. Doomis.
Dumas, right? In reference to the Halloween doctor, was it
Doc
Loomis?
Loomis, yeah, Dr. Loomis.
Yeah,
And
good catch.
fun fact, the character or the not the character, the voice actor who plays Dr. Doomis in this episode is named Tom King, who apparently in the later Halloween sequels did voiceover for Dr. Loomis in flashbacks because the actor had long since passed at that point.
Mm.
But
So
so
whenever there's like psychological like narration,
yeah,
it was this guy.
it was this guy, yeah.
That's fun. The show does that a lot. It brings in a lot of like voice actors with like cheeky little like winks to
Yeah.
the viewer.
So, so, so it's fun that they have this like character that's like riffing on Dr. Loomis, and they got the guy who like voiced Dr. Loomis in some of the later Halloween movies to play
10
him.
out of 10 out of 10. So it combines the I like to do hood rat stuff with my friends kid with Michael
Halloween
from Halloween.
with Michael Myers. And indeed, like most of the speech that he gives when he's like kind of monologuing to Granddad about Lemilton, most of the speech he gives is like pretty much word for word.
Yeah.
Like what Dr. Loomis says about Michael Myers.
You see, he's not human like you and I. There's something in him. There's a monster who just wants to cause pain. And there's a lot of stuff like that. It's like,
yeah.
Meanwhile, Riley has decided to go and hang out with him again and then he's trying to act cool. He's like, hell yeah, my granddad was like, you can't see LeMilton again. I was like, I do what I want. That's right. I could smoke with cigarettes or hang out with LeMilton or anything. And LeMilton is like, good. Now let's go do like hood rat shit. A lot of it involves throwing shit off of the highway overpass.
Yeah.
Onto, oh man, there's another like fucking poor kid thing flashback for me. Like throwing fucking shit off of the overpass. That it almost takes me back to times I don't want to be in. So I understand anyone's reservations of on the show.
And that's kind of where I was with a lot of this.
They throw
it was
a
just
doll.
it was taking me back to
Yeah,
it was taking me
to
back,
worse times.
It was taking me back to a time in my younger days that I don't necessarily want to revisit.
Yeah. They light a mattress on fire and toss it off the overpass. There's a montage of them doing bad shit.
I'm a bad kid. It's fun to do bad things.
Then he invites him over and he's like, come over to my house. What else you want to do? And he's like, man, I'm like kidded out. I can't do any more bad stuff, man. And he's like, do it. And he's like, what's your problem, man? He's like, like the mask slipped for a second. And he's like, well, let's just go to my place and like watch some movies. No more like hood rat shit. He's like, oh, okay. They go to his house and he's watching like just gore porn, like horror. And he's like, man, how do you watch stuff like this?
Yeah, it's a horror movie where like a clown is like stabbing a woman who's
and there's
like
blood
tied up and
everywhere.
Suspended.
Not just a horror movie,
death.
like gory stuff. And he's like, how can you like this? And he's like, because I like it when people get hurt. It makes me wonder if I would like it if I hurt people.
You ever have a friend? When you were younger who was like really into like insanely like gory, like torture?
Oh, check this out, movies? You had mentioned a certain tall friend that I knew
Yeah.
by name earlier.
Yeah.
Let's just say he was a big fan of live leaks,
Oh.
and all the worst things I've seen were sent to me from him. So yes, I did.
I bet he loved rotten.com back in the day.
I'm sure he did. An automatic way for me not to click a link. We've dated ourselves with mentioning rotten.com there. So he comes back and he's like, look what I got, Riley. And it's a gun, a loaded gun. And he points it at Riley and he's like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? He's like, oh, relax. Let's
Careful
go
where
and
you
do some
point
bad
that
shit.
thing.
He's like, well, careful where you point it. And he's all like, oh, man, no, I'm going to go. I don't want to mess around with things like that. And he's like, no, you're going to come with me and we're going to go do something fun. And Riley begins to sweat and he's like, oh, okay, let's go then.
And it becomes a
So-
recurring thing throughout the rest of the episode where, like, Lemilton will want to go do something. Riley will be like, nah, man, I gotta
And
go
he'll
home.
literally brandish the gun.
And he'll
Yeah.
show the gun.
In this case, he's like, well, what are we doing here? And it's like, what do you know about this house? And Riley's like, oh, this is old lady, blah, blah, blah. She's got a ton of guns and she's super mean. And he's like, all right, let's go rob her. And he's like, didn't you hear what I just said? And we're just a couple little black kids. She's gonna shoot our ass. And then they hear barking. And I think, what is it, a Saint Bernard? A guard dog lunges at them, but he's on a chain.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh shit, they got a dog and everything. Man, let's get out of here. And then the slow zoom in to the uncaring like face as some emotion comes over him for the first time. And Lemilton lifts up the gun and he shoots the dog and kills it. And they run away.
He kills the dog. And right
meanwhile,
afterward,
what's his face is like, well, it's okay because Granddad's like, Riley isn't allowed to see him anymore. And he's like, Granddad. I don't think he calls him Granddad, but he's like, Granddad, Riley's with him right now.
Well, no, what I wanted to bring up was right after Lemilton shoots the dog, Riley is like, oh, what the hell were you doing, man? You're insane. And he's like, no, the dog was coming at me. I had to defend
her. Yeah,
I had to defend myself. He's like,
and he's like, no, man.
No, that dog was chained up. You had no, like, you're crazy.
This is when he realizes he's like crazy. And he's like, stay away from me, man. And finally,
I found it, I'll be perfectly honest, I found it a little chilling, like when Lemilton killed the dog.
There's some shit in this show, man.
When he killed the dog and afterward was like, oh, it was coming at me. I had no choice. Very emotionless.
And you know what? He'd probably pass a lie detector test.
That kid? Yeah, probably.
Which I don't think those are admissible in like court anymore. Like they're not accurate and you can like lie and get through them using certain techniques. Yeah. But regardless, he's arrested again. And this time, he's actually taken into the system. And Granddad's like, boys, come here, quick. Oh, it must be my birthday. And he's on the news and they're like, oh, they're bringing Lemilton, who had killed a neighbor's dog with a firearm, into the system where he can get the help that he so desperately needs. And he's like, oh boy, I love the system. I hope that little kid stays in the system his whole life. Hooray for the system. And it wasn't Riley that ratted on him. It was the doctor, who we find out has a restraining order.
Yeah. Dr. Dumas.
Dumas, yeah. Because of his obsession with making sure that Oh yeah, earlier when they were all talking, he's like, and something dangerous is going to happen. He's going to eventually hurt someone. And Granddad's like, so you're saying we got to kill him? And Huey's like, what? No, Granddad, we're not killing anybody. And Dumas is like, probably. And he's like, what? And he's like, oh, say no more. We got to kill him before he kills us. All right, kids, time to gear up. Like, the Granddad's funny, like, in that sense. And it's like, it's just a matter of time before one or more people die. And sure enough, even though he's in the system
isn't concerned with treating him until he actually hurts an innocent person.
And you know what? Real, man. That's some real shit.
Yeah.
And we cut to Riley hanging out in class, and just like from Halloween, there's like a sound bite, and he turns and looks, and LeMilton is just like outside of like the schoolyard, like standing behind bushes and a tree, like staring into the classroom. LeMilton, he's outside. You got to believe me.
So the first half of the episode is this viral video that you're talking about. That you were
I like to do hood
about.
rat shit. Yeah.
And the second half is just the movie Halloween.
To the point when after the standoff, because he forces him to go do some bad stuff, they go to the school at night. So now they're in a school with a gun. And I'm like, oh man, like he's gonna, like, very often these kids kill their quote friends, right? They end up in a fight because Riley tries to stop him. He takes the gun and runs through the school with it, past other people. They get onto the rooftop. Uncle Ruckus is like, oh, just a couple little N-words trying to kill each other. Well, carry on.
Just a couple ninjas.
Yeah, carry on. And I'm like, fuck, I forgot about that. And eventually Riley gets the gun and he yeets it off of the rooftop, and he's like, there, now you can't hurt anybody. So they end up like fighting, and he tries to like toss like Riley off the edge. And in true psychopath fashion, when he gets knocked off the edge, Riley grabs onto him, and he's like, please help me, Riley. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. And like, oh, and he's like, oh, just hold on, man. And he's like, you gotta hold on. Don't let me die. And he's like, he's like, I have an anger problem. And he's like, yeah, but right now it's your weight problem, man.
You got a weight problem, man.
And he's like, I'm sorry about my anger problems. And he's like, be more sorry about your weight problems and shut up, stop wiggling. And then he's like, oh, Granddad, come and help me. And Dumas comes over, and he's like, that's right, grab his hand. And he's like, no, you have to let him go. He's just like prying at his hands, and he's like, what the fuck? You're not supposed to be 200 yards around. You're supposed to remain 200 yards away from me. And he's like, let him go. Just let him die. And then he falls slow motion onto his back. And in my head, I'm like, unless you bounce right off your head, like this guy kind of only fell 2 stories.
Yeah.
Also, kids are made out of rubber.
Well,
like, yeah, I think I've fallen from that height when I was a kid.
Well, and indeed,
in Halloween
enough,
fashion, I can't believe you killed him. Killed
they
who?
Look over the edge, and he's gone.
Where did he go?
He's gone.
He's not dead. But this is funny. They go, oh wait, there he is, and they just like look to the right a little bit.
Pans over to the right, and
he just walked like 20 feet away, and he's hurt.
There
right?
he is, like limping.
And then something so confusing for me happened. Dumas is like, no, I can't let him live. And he runs and he jumps off of the rooftop. And I'm like, is he trying to kill himself? And he like off the top turnbuckle. off the cage. He like drop kicks the kid from the
He,
top
like,
of the
fucking,
stool.
He fucking elbow drops like the
He
kid.
elbow drops him or kicks him or something. Shane McMahon's him off of the top of the fucking
Yeah.
stool. Somehow, not somehow both of them are still alive, and he's like, "Man, get off of me! You're supposed to stay 200 yards away from me, you psycho!" And he's like, "Oh, die or whatever." And Granddad comes over and he's like, "Oh, well, it looks like these problems solve themselves." And it doesn't. Nobody's going to stop the fight. There's no one down there. I don't. It doesn't resolve what happens to that, and they go home, and Huey's like, so do you regret? And he's like,
imagine being a fly on the wall, being a nearby eyewitness of not only an 8-year-old child being dropped off of a roof, but then a 50-year-old man jumping and fucking Macho Man Randy Savaging him right onto the ground.
so they're both injured because they just fell from the rooftop, but I don't think it resolves what happens there. Indeed, things will resolve themselves. Sorry, someone's smoking with cigarettes here.
Oh, Jesus. I apologize.
Well, it's kind of funny because when you move your head away, the cat just stares forward, but when you cough, the cat's mouth goes. So Riley goes, "I don't need to hear it, Huey. You know what? After all of this, I'm grounding myself. I'm going into my room. Granddad, can I have your belt? I'm just going to whip myself." And he's like, "Huh. All right, but don't ruin my belt." And he just disappears into his room. And the lesson of the story is kids can actually almost get away with murder, I guess.
Well, he did kill a dog and face no repercussions, so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't worry, he's in the system. Well, either Dumas killed or they both got away from each other. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him again in the future or not. So here on the Blockbrothers show, what is our we don't have a star rating or a thumbs up or down. What do we got here?
Well, here on the Blockbrothers show, we have a very simple rating system. We judge a show basically on the merits of, let's say, back in the day when you were channel surfing and you stumbled across a show, a random episode of a TV show, and you sat and watched it. Would you, after that random experience, would you watch the show again? So, we like to ask each other each and every week, would you tune in again next time?
And Catifer Siege, picking up a new habit. You just watched Smoking with Cigarettes, an episode of the Boondocks. What's your feelings on it, and would you tune in next week?
No, I would not. It was a little too much for me. Hit a little too close to home. Like I said, having sociopathic cousins who grandma just defended vehemently.
Oh man, too
brought
real.
Back way too many memories. Also, grandpa taking the belt to you and then calling you stupid. Yeah.
Now stay in your room and think about how stupid you've been.
Yeah. No, not
So
how
probably
stupid you've been, how stupid you are.
how
Very
stupid you
specific.
are. Right.
Very specifically said how stupid you are.
Yeah.
So that stuff just yeah, that was a
It's the
little
name of the game. We landed on, instead of landing on the episode where Granddad is dating a hooker, we landed on the episode of domestic abuse and a constant defending of children menaces.
yeah. So yeah, that was too much
Big
for
old
me.
no from you.
So it's a big old no. There are some things I liked about the show. The show has really great music. I love the animation.
Yeah.
The
Voice acting.
voice acting is phenomenal. Everything on a technical level. I think this might. We hear this a lot from the listeners, but I think this might actually just be.
Now it's our time
This
to
is
use it.
this is my time to say I think we may have just landed on maybe not the right episode for me.
Like there's so many episodes that don't have any of the stuff that was that bothered you. But of course we land on, and when I started watching it, I was like, oh, okay, this one's gonna be an issue.
I'm curious for the video listeners, which if you're listening to the audio version, go and check out the video version on YouTube. Give it a like, give the channel
Hell yeah.
subscribe, leave a comment.
Come and
Do
find us.
Do it. I'm curious about who this blonde is behind me in my background.
Oh, you would like to know, wouldn't you?
I would like to know.
The show's very sexual. I think you'd actually like a lot of the Gooner episodes. Huey very suspicious and judgmental of the attractive women that date his granddad. I remember those episodes. As you may wonder, you may understand why. I remember some of those. Did you know white people love cheese? Have you ever known a white person to turn down cheese?
Never. Even vegans like cheese. It's just fake cheese that they love.
Yeah. As for myself, so I'm biased because I've watched a ton of it.
Yeah,
I can quote it
totally. It's
a lot.
the name of the game.
And it's hard to get past that. It's the name of the game. Yeah. I would tune in next week because I feel like maybe this is as bad as like an episode can get for like very specifically, oh shit, like growing up, like I had to deal with this shit. So I would tune in next week, but it's because I know how funny the show is, and I've seen so much of it. So there you go. You get your split review, everyone. Split
decision here on the Blockbrothers show. It doesn't happen super often, but when it does, it's always noteworthy. That was episode 152 of the Blockbrothers show. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/lazorcomb, LAZORCOMP, much like Jared did, and much like him, you can sponsor an episode of the podcast, show for us to review.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, starting at the $5 tier, you get access to our weekly-ish, typically weekly. We haven't done a ton of them lately, but our weekly-ish Patreon exclusive podcast, the Cal and Siege Super Show. $10 tier, you get to pick a show for us to review a random episode of on this very podcraft. $20 tier, not only do you get to pick the show, you can also pick the episode, and you can pick a programming block, much like Jared did. So
you don't land on a random. You don't land on one of the bad ones.
Yeah, much like we did this week. Yeah, so if you want to, yeah, go to patreon.com/lasercomb. Join the Discord, link in the description as always. Best way
Hell
to
yeah.
interact with us. You can share memes, you can talk about life, you can talk about the latest movies and TV shows and video games that you've played. It's where all the fun happens.
Kitties are had. Screenshots of video games.
Screenshots of video games.
I just saw a post from Siege. I think Capcom forgot what cars looked like in 1998.
So
And it very clearly shows a modern sedan.
I've been playing Resident Evil Requiem, and I'm kind of late game now. You spoilers, you return to Raccoon City, the bombed out Raccoon City.
Hell yeah.
And there's a few of the like bombed out vehicles are very clearly like 2010s like cars. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I think Capcom forgot what cars actually looked like in 1998. Also, there's no payphones anywhere. It's not a great recreation of.
It's so
of
easy to
1998.
forget how much has changed in the last 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
The entire way humans communicated.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
join the Discord. Yeah, link in the description. Join the Discord.
Hell yeah.
If you want to interact with us. We will be back next week with episode 153 of the Blockbrothers show, where we're going to be talking about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And to figure out what episode we are going to cover,
excuse me, princess.
am going to.
And this is a newer show.
Yeah.
2020s.
Within this decade.
What? Us watching a show of this decade?
Oh, it happens.
It does, yeah.
It happens every now and then. I'm going to hit screen share. And share the screen. All right.
How many episodes we got here?
We have 41 episodes.
41 episodes.
41. I'm going to go to the random number generator and one random episode between 1 and 41. And here we go. 25. 25. That is season 2, episode 9, The Devil You Know. All right, we're going to be back next time with that. Until then, I have been one of your hosts, Cadifer Siege.
And I am your other host, NeoCal.
Thanks for listening. We will cough away from you next time.
Well, and you know what? We're not smoking the cigarettes anymore. Not
even once.
Not even once. Winners don't use drugs.